Hey everybody. This is pertaining to all things math task. So first, I just want to give you some general info. So first, please know that all the materials for your math task, student booklets, um, teacher booklets, lifted says will be given to you by Thursday, the 19th. If you need any more Spanish booklets, please let us know. We are not going to plan on doing any like special ESL groups this time just because people will be most hands on deck will be supporting EOG, right? So, but if you have any like major concerns, let's say there's a kid who really can't access language through you, uh, really can't access it through the Spanish booklet, what just really there's a major concern, and no like translative services that you've got are helpful, please let us know and we will figure out how to provide that student with the most equitable services we can. Other news, so as far as Glenn data, our individual school data, that'll be due June 1st, and the district-wide data will be due June 2nd. You can find the school data spreadsheets here and the district spreadsheets here. And the lifted says for each grade level will be here. So let's unpack a little bit of that. So the individual spreadsheet here, same thing that you've seen before, really not much different, very intuitive, right? The only difference is I added the rubrics into your spreadsheet. And the rubric, I simply mean, in the teacher guide, how you can give a child a 1, 2, or 3 based on how they performed. This is just based on that. And you can do the drop down as they got a 1, 2, or 3, because I thought this would help you when you go to do the district spreadsheet. If you do this all along, that should automatically be able to do an easy count without having to do any paperwork. Okay, district spreadsheet, you guys are super familiar with. I'm not even going to bother with it. So let's go to the lifted says, right? So last time we did math groups together, kind of who made sense together in terms of like their thinking, how quickly they work, et cetera, et cetera. You should still have those groups, but if not, here's the form in case you want to remake them or whatever. Here are your lifted says. So same as last time, the materials you're going to need for that task, if it should be small group or individual. And then I added important vocabulary this time. So these are words that may be barriers to the kids if they're not used to hearing them a lot. Obviously, if you don't see one for that task, it's because I didn't think there was anything that they probably had not heard before. But like, for example, when we get to task 5, this idea of like the nearest inch, nearest centimeter, the nearest idea seems like could be a barrier to me. The idea of the word like the word fewer. I know they see that in first grade, but I don't know how often it's used or they're exposed to it. And then this idea of add-ins, if you're not using that or exposing that a lot, that can be confusing. Columns, rows, and then the word partition here. All of these words, again, have been introduced, but, just if you need to give them some extra exposure before they get the tasks, be aware of that. The last thing I wanted to highlight is the pacing. So I have told you exactly what day to do what task. It's color coded. So any task that has the same color will happen on the same day. So for example, task 1 is in yellow and it's going to happen on May 23rd. This task 2 is also yellow, which means it will also happen on May 23rd. Then you have task 3, which is orange. So it's going to happen on day 2. And then this one's also happening on day 2. Just so you kind of understand how that's working. Okay. See ya.